Hello dear friends, I'm Marina with your weekly horoscope for the week of the 19th of August through the 25th. We have an interesting combination of influences, aspects and ingressions in the sign of Virgo this week. So this is gonna be the main shift, the main focus and the main area where we may experience changes, transitions, and so on. So that's what we are gonna talk about first, because Venus enters Virgo, ingresses in Virgo on the 21st Wednesday. The Sun will do the same on Friday. And also Venus and Mars will be in conjunction on Saturday, again in Virgo. So a very intense focus of energy in this sign. Of course, this can affect different signs in a different way. And these are some of the main things which we are gonna explore in this video. Before we begin, let me remind you, the enrollment for MarStars Astrology Academy is open. If you want to learn astrology on a professional level and learn how to put all of the information together, this is the spot for you. I will put the link below the video for enrollment, and also I will add the free class about people who would like to learn astrology, which are the benefits and the main principles. So let's begin with our prediction. As we said, the Sun and Venus ingress Virgo, and also we have a conjunction between Venus and Mars. So three things are happening in this sign. So obviously we can expect lots of things happening there. First of all, overall for everyone, what does the Virgo sign represent? Virgo is about patience. It's about serving other people, taking care of other people. It's about following the structure, doing the right thing, following your obligations, and also being precise, focused on the details, focused on the small things, being more analytical, more logical. And the challenging side, as we know, every aspect, sign, everything has two sides, challenging and positive. So Virgo's challenging side is a very demanding desire for perfectionism, which sometimes might be, frustrating for people, because honestly, on earth, nothing is perfect. It's great to want to make things better, to improve, to be excellent, but if you commit to make things perfect and you cannot relax before that, it's a recipe for disaster in many cases. So desire to make things perfect can be one of the stopping forces for us. The other thing is criticism. We might be more critical with ourselves, with other people, to pay too much attention to very small things which are irrelevant or won't be important in the long run. So make sure to be careful about it, and whatever you commit to, try to be logical, try to be precise, and also to serve other people, to help other people. Virgo is also the sign of medicine and healing. So the next 1 month is a great time actually to pay attention to your health, especially to your physical body. Maybe it's time, for some kind of purification or cleansing or something else which works for you, but definitely consider this, to pay attention to your health and your physical body. Now, let's say a couple of words which are the main life areas which will be important for each of the signs. So basically that relates for the next 1 month. The Sun enters Virgo on the 23rd of August, so until the 22nd of September. For Aries, of course, this is 6th house. So the main focus can be on your health, on work and obligations for the next 1 month. For Taurus, this is 5th house. So great time to focus on things you love, on things that you enjoy, on creativity, and also on your kids. For Gemini, we have 4th house really activated. So home, family, the place where you live. That's the main focus point. For Cancer, it's 3rd house. So communication, contacts, connection, possible traveling or education, new ideas. That's basically the most important. For Leo, the accent is on 2nd house, so finances, money, practical things and all kinds of resources. But don't forget, focus on something material, something which you will materialize. Of course, for Virgo, this is a very important period because the sun enters your sign. It doesn't matter whether this is your sun or ascendant sign. The focus is on you. Take care of yourself, of your health, of your body, your obligations, everything that you are doing on your own independently. For Libra, the focus is on 12th house, so time to relax. Time to be more on your own, to let go of the past and complete things that you have started during the past 1 year. But overall, the most important is to just relax and maybe spend more time on your own. For Scorpio, the main focus is in 11th house, so it's about socializing with other people, groups, friends, communities, the most important. For Sagittarius, it's 10th house, so main focus on career, on social achievements, communication with authority figures, and visible results. So very important position for Sagittarius. For Capricorn, we have the focus on 9th house, so education, knowledge, wisdom, traveling, and long-term goals. That's the focus for Capricorn. For Aquarius, the focus is on 8th house, so transformations. It could be related to mutual resources or some kind of investments or energy transformation. It could also be related to your health. And finally, Pisces, for you guys, the main focus is on 7th house. So relationships, partnerships, the other person, and connecting with other people. So these are, with just a couple of words, the most important things that you can focus on during the upcoming month. But keep in mind, because also Venus enters this position, you know, the same house, this is also an area where you may enjoy things, where you may feel more comfortable. You may really feel, you know, some pleasant experiences. At the same time, we know that Mars is also there in Virgo. So it's an area where you need to put some efforts, where you need to be, you know, courageous, you need to be brave, you need to take action. So it's not just, you know, relaxing and waiting for things to manifest for you. You need to take some steps to be initiative. So don't forget about it. And overall, this conjunction between Venus and Mars, which is exact on Saturday, but which we may also feel before that during the whole week, it means that we need to take action related to what we want. Venus represents your desires, your, you know, what you really want. On the other hand, Mars, it's the servant. Mars is considered to be the servant of the sun, but also it could serve Venus. So Mars' task is just to, you know, go in the direction where you show him to go. But before that, you need to have a clear idea, what is it that you want. So this might be some of the major things to think about during the week. What is it that you truly want and how you can take action, how you can materialize or manifest your desires. The aspect is also very interesting when it comes to relationships. This means that in relationships there might be lots of dynamic, there might be some changes. It is possible also to face with some kind of confrontations. Keep in mind that here the stronger planet is Mars. Not that Mars is extremely powerful in Virgo, it's just that Venus is really weak in Virgo. So, because the reason is because Venus is exalted in the opposite sign Pisces. So in Virgo, Venus does not feel very comfortable. And generally it means that the motivation to take action is stronger. Sometimes the desire to control partners or other people may also be stronger. So just, keep that in mind. And when it comes to Venus in Virgo, we need to be more logical when it comes to our personal life, when it comes to relationships. We need also to feel like the partner is reliable, that the relationship is stable. So overall, Venus in Virgo makes the emotions more controlled. There is not so much passion, not drama, or those type of exciting emotions. It's about feeling stable, being calmer, and controlling your emotions. And remember that Virgo is a sign ruled by Mercury. So Mercury is ruling Venus after Wednesday, which means the mind controls the emotions. So, those things will be kind of, mixed and working together in a way. So overall, that's the most important, very powerful Virgo energy during the week. This is the house where each of the signs will be triggered or affected by this. And now let's start with the general forecast day by day. On Monday, the 19th, we don't have major aspects, which I have noticed that is happening for the last couple of weeks. Each Monday, we don't have major aspects. Maybe we can think about it. What can it mean? But anyway, the moon is in Aries, which is a very dynamic position, very active position for doing things, starting something new, feeling more energized, feeling the desire to do something, especially independently. The risks of the moon in Aries are that we might be more impatient, we can confront other people, or generally we may feel more restless. But the good news is that the moon has very good aspects with Mercury and Jupiter. And they are all in fire signs. So basically we have a grand trine in the fire signs on Monday, which can be great for communication. The moon and Mercury is a great combination for communicating, for expressing ideas, connecting to other people, for learning, for people who would like to write something or express something verbally or written. So this is a very, very nice aspect. The combination with Jupiter can allow you to grow something, to expand, to achieve some success in your activities, to be more open-minded, and also to plan things. It's a great combination for planning and scheduling things, both long-term. Jupiter allows you to schedule or to plan things long-term, like some really serious goals. And at the same time, Mercury can allow you also to make the smaller steps, to plan the smaller steps or the details about how you're gonna achieve your long-term goals. So overall, this grand trine can be very, very productive, especially for career, for business, for personal goals, for education and traveling. The challenge on Monday is that the moon will square Saturn. So we may notice that we need to work harder on something, that there are some kind of delays. So this aspect can kind of, require from us to be more grounded and more patient. On Tuesday, the 20th of August, minor challenging aspect between Venus and Saturn, a square and a half aspect. This aspect can trigger our emotions in a challenging way, meaning that we might feel frustrated emotionally, we might feel some kind of sadness, maybe about an old memory, maybe about a previous experience. It's possible to be more nostalgic, by the way, during such aspects. And also emotionally, there might be a distance between people. So it's not so easy, for people to connect emotionally, to understand each other emotionally. Negotiations may not be so easy, both business and personal. So just keep that in mind. And the moon in Aries, on the other hand, will push us to take some action. So this emotional frustration, or the distance that we are feeling with other people, may also motivate us to do something and maybe change it, maybe transform it, or just to do something else which we don't feel resistance to. Sometimes it's kind of one of the greatest benefits of astrology. When you see that something is not working very well right now and it's not the best moment, just switch your focus to something else which may work better right now, and eventually later you will have better opportunities to focus on the first thing. That maybe it's not the right time, for it at the current moment. So Tuesday can be positive for taking action, doing things, but probably not in regards to personal things, relationships and negotiations. It is possible to work those things, but it will require lots of efforts. The 21st of August, Wednesday, Venus will ingress in Virgo. We already talked about this position, that Venus in Virgo requires from us to be more logical, more rational when it comes to personal stuff, when it comes to relationships. If you want to show the people around you that you love them, or a particular person that you love him, then take care of his needs. Think about how you can serve him, how you can show him that you are there for him, that you are willing to take care of him. So practical approach when it comes to emotional, personal things. And by the way, this position can be positive for business negotiations. Venus in Virgo can allow you to, to be logical when you negotiate, to be objective, and also to be focused on details. Another aspect which is very interesting, on Wednesday, exact trine between Mercury and Jupiter. Great aspect which can help you to have some new ideas about expansion, about growth, about success, and also wonderful for planning. Again, as we said, it's kind of similar with what we talked about on Monday. Jupiter allows you to focus on the big picture, on the long-term goal and perspective. Mercury allows you also to see the little steps or the details that are needed in order to get there, in order to get to your long-term goal. But this aspect is very positive for traveling, for goal setting, for learning new things, and negotiations, of course, and business, for people who would like to write something, express something verbally as well. Mercury has another aspect again on Wednesday, quincunx with Saturn. At first, this aspect may bring possible challenges, so we need to prepare ourselves to be very accurate about the things that we are doing, to be, focused and following also the rules, how things are supposed to happen, and also to be logical. At first, there might be some restrictions or challenges, but if you pass through that, eventually you're able to achieve more stable, more long-lasting results, and to really, create something, to structure things. The moon is in Taurus on Wednesday, so also the overall atmosphere is shifting to a calmer atmosphere, to more practical things that we can focus on. It's a great time for a lovely meal, for, enjoying a nice restaurant, and also for financial issues. The 22nd of August, Thursday, square and a half minor challenging aspect between the Sun and Saturn. This aspect may suggest that we need to overcome certain challenges. There might be some kind of restrictions, some kind of, things which we are not allowed to move through. So overall, you may feel this resistance in a different way. For example, there might be a business issue that, is kind of making you feel stuck, or something else which you want to do on your own, and yet you feel like, you have some kind of fears, or you have some kind of inner resistance. So keep that in mind and make sure to be very patient. The moon is in Taurus on the same day, so it definitely means that you need to be very patient, and you may notice that things are not moving as fast as you would like to. So you may feel kind of stuck, but this is also kind of a test for us. If we are really consistent, if we are really focused, grounded, and logical when it comes to our plans and decisions. Mercury will have an interesting aspect with Neptune. This is a quincunx aspect, which can bring more imagination, which can bring more creativity, but also some kind of illusions. So it's possible, especially at the beginning, that we may realize that we are not really concentrated, we are not as focused as we need to be, that we have imagined something which is not true or not possible for the current moment. But if we adapt to the changes, to the new circumstances, the same aspect can increase the creativity, the inspiration, and can be a great time also for a spiritual practice or a meditation. On the 23rd of August, Friday, finally we have this ingression of the Sun in Virgo. So basically the next month after that, we can focus on those areas which we already explored. Overall, Sun in Virgo makes us more grounded, more practical, focused on our obligations, on some material stuff, serving other people, taking care of our health. So these are some of the most important topics to focus on generally during the upcoming month. And it's interesting that on Friday the moon is in Gemini. Virgo and Gemini are the two signs ruled by Mercury. So we have lots of, intense energy, Mercury energy on Friday. So new ideas might come to your mind, time to communicate, time to share ideas with others, time to explore, to learn, to be more precise, to be more detailed oriented. These are the most important things, especially on Friday. The 24th of August, Saturday, we have this interesting conjunction between Venus and Mars in Virgo. So again, those are the main areas where you may experience changes or desire to do something. As we said, Venus and Mars both combined together. They are related to our desires, but also the actions that we can take to fulfill our desires. This is a very dynamic aspect also when it comes to relationships, but also when it comes to finances. Venus is related not only to love and emotions, but also to resources and money. And especially when Venus is in Virgo, like here, the focus can be also more on practical things, on material things. So this is a great time actually to think about financial decisions, financial steps that you would like to take. Another aspect on Saturday, quincunx between Mercury and Pluto, can help you to focus more on something. At first, it can be kind of challenging, meaning that you might be more suspicious of someone or something. It might be difficult to trust other people, or you may notice that you are kind of obsessed about certain idea, or you're repeating over and over again in your mind something which is not constructive or taking you anywhere. So you need to pass through that, and eventually after that, the aspect can help you to concentrate and explore something, potentially reveal an important information, learn something new for spiritual practices, or learning something about spirituality or occult stuff. This is also a very positive aspect, and also positive for taking financial decisions. So Pluto is the other planet which relates to finances. Venus is more related to personal finances and small money, so to speak. Pluto is the big money, investments, resources, like the big stuff. So why not, even though it's Saturday, focus on your finances and investments and take some decisions in regards to that area. The moon is in Gemini on Saturday, so lots of thinking, communicating, spending time with friends, or reading a book, or exploring something. Also positive for traveling. And the last day, we have Sunday, of course, the 25th of August. Minor challenging aspect between Venus and Pluto, square and a half. This aspect can make you more passionate, can bring more intense emotions, but at the same time there might be power struggles in relationships or controlling issues or something like that. So it is a time to really transform some emotions, to process them, to let them go. Otherwise, if you don't work with this energy, it potentially can bring more confrontations in your personal life, or feeling manipulated sometimes emotionally. So just, be careful with that. And the moon is in Gemini until 4 p.m. Eastern time, which allows us to connect more to other people, to share, to communicate, to express ideas. Also great for traveling, for mental activities as well. And after 4 p.m. Eastern time, the moon ingress in Cancer, so the focus can be more on personal stuff, on family. And honestly, this combination for a Sunday night, Sunday evening, is just great to stay at home and feel comfortable and cozy and just spend time with the people you love, with your family. So these were the most important things during this week. Again, to recap everything, the most important is the focus on Virgo that we have. Wednesday, Venus ingress in Virgo. Friday, the Sun ingress in Virgo. Saturday, Venus and Mars in conjunction in Virgo. Here are the main areas of life where you might be affected. The other aspects you can see, Monday is quite interesting and productive. Also, Friday can be quite productive, especially for mental activities. So overall, the week is interesting, dynamic, bringing some kind of shift in a new direction. Also, don't forget, if you would like to learn more how to use astrology on your own for interpreting birth charts, for understanding your own chart better, or working with clients professionally as an astrologer, check the link below. MarStars Astrology Academy is open. The enrollment will be active until the 22nd of September. After that, it won't be an option for at least 1 year. I'm not even sure that next year we are gonna do this again. So don't hesitate. If you want to learn astrology, now is your time. Thank you very much for watching the video. Leave your comments below. I'm always interested to check what's happening with you, to see how you're processing those energies. And we'll see each other really soon.